Okay, so we're back out of the studio. We're here at Roxy's house. We're going to try some nice casual, sexy, glamour type images this afternoon. We've got a brilliant light source, floor to ceiling window, which is great, but it also does cause us a few problems if that light bounces up and down with sunlight coming out between the clouds, which it will probably do. We're diffusing it with some fabric here, some curtains. That's going to soften the light. We're going to overexpose it so we lose all of that detail behind the window there. We don't want to see any of those rooftops and chimneys and stuff like that. So nice high ISO, low aperture, maybe f3.2, f2.8. It's going to overexpose that window and burn it all out. Okay, going to use a full light here, add a little bit of contrast back into the image. And we're going to use, again, that shallow depth of field. So we're going to throw the foreground out of focus, give you that kind of voyeuristic, sexy voyeuristic type feel, okay? Probably not going to have the dog in the shot. Ziggy's not going to be there, much as he wants to be. So we're going to move him out the way and we're going to take some pictures. Okay, so I've set the ISO to 320 ISO, which I think should be about right. Shutter speed, 1/125th of a second. Want a fairly high shutter speed because we've got the 105 lens on, so we don't want any camera shake, so that should eliminate that. And I'm going to start off with an aperture of 3.2. To begin with, I'm not going to use the fill-in light. I'm just going to use the available daylight that's coming through, see how that looks before we put that fill light in. Okay, so let's just do a test shot. Excellent. Well, that's just about spot on actually in terms of exposing for Roxy. Picture is a little bit dull, it's a little bit flat, but that's what I expected because we're just backlighting the whole thing. It's a kind of almost a silhouette type thing. So I'm going to turn on that fill light flash now, take another test shot, and we'll see how we go from there. Okay. This flash is set to about 1/4 power, so it really is just a tiny little bit of fill light in here. Just test that. Okay. And we're going to try one more picture, exactly the same place. There we go. Fantastic. Roxy, that's good. And 2, 3. Good. And looking across to the side, that's nice. Perfect. And 3, 4. And good. And one more just there for me. Good. And 2, 3. And okay, so here we go. This was our first test shot. We didn't have the fill light in. As you can see, it's quite sort of flat. It's quite dull, uninteresting. It's not a bad shot, but it just needs a little bit of a bit of a lift. Okay, and same again with the second one. We just kept that fill light off. Put the fill light back on. All of a sudden, we've got some contrast in there now. Yep, that's fantastic. Okay, see the light coming down the side from this light that we've got going on. And there we go. Using the sofa in the foreground for that kind of voyeuristic type feel, throwing it out of focus with that that wide aperture of f3.2. Looks kind of cool. A little bit of detail coming into the curtains just there. Just about perfect. Let's do some more.